Hi everybody, and welcome to our Flourish at Home series. My name is Amanda Kennedy and I am the owner and art teacher at Flourish Studio and Classroom. And if you're watching this video, that means that you are going to be trying to do an acrylic paint pour with us today. So we are so excited about it. Hopefully you all have your kits and we're ready to get started. So the first thing to know is what is inside your kit. So we're going to go over all of that right here in just a second. The first thing that we have are these little plastic red cups. These are going to be the support base for our canvas, so we're actually not using these to pour anything from today. We also have this aluminum drip pan. We've got an 8x10 canvas, 4 paper cups, and 4 paint stirrer sticks. We have 1 large pouring cup, and then we have 5 different paint colors and 1 bottle of Flow. So these are really important to make sure that you keep separate because Flow and white paint are not the same thing, and we're going to be using them for different things today. So once you've got all of your supplies out, we're ready to go. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. So the very first step, this is our drip pan, and we're going to use this to catch any and all paint that spills off of our canvas because we're going to be dumping and pouring a lot of paint, and we definitely don't want it dumping and pouring all over your house. So it all stays contained in this pan, which is good for your kitchen table and your furniture and your sanity. So the first step is to arrange the 4 cups and kind of in the center of the pan in a square shape, and these are going to be a platform for our canvas. So it's just going to elevate the canvas off of the drip pan, so that way when we do pour the paint, it can go over the edges and it's not going to stick to the pan. So once we have those 4 cups arranged inside our tray, we can set our canvas on top of it, and it's just going to keep it nice and elevated. At this point, if your aluminum pan has gotten bent or folded and you need to kind of readjust it, feel free, but it really doesn't have to be perfect. We just don't want the aluminum pans to be touching the canvas at any point. So step 1, you did it. Good job. So for the rest of these steps, you can do this a few different ways. I'm going to go ahead and set my pan to the side because I am done with that for now. And the next thing that we're going to need are these 4 paper cups. Now you'll notice that these 4 cups have 2 marker lines on them, and we're going to need to use those marker lines to kind of measure our paint and our flow. And I say kind of because these are very ish measurements. They're not specific or exact. We just want it to be kind of sort of in that general area. So one of our paint cups has some specifics on there. The very bottom line is going to be our fill line for our paint color, and the next line is going to be our fill line for our flow. So we're only going to worry about this bottom line first. And what we're going to do, we're going to use these 5 paint colors to mix and create 4 different colors, 1 color in each cup. So you can start to think about what colors you might want to put in there. Maybe you want colors that are going to match your house and your home decor because you're planning on hanging this up in your house. Or maybe you're working together as a family and you're going to let each person mix their own color and just see how it turns out. Whatever you want to mix and whatever you want to create is totally perfect and totally up to you. So I'm going to give you time to go ahead and mix those colors. Remember, we only need enough paint to go to the bottom of the line, and you can use these shades to mix whatever color you want. So our primary colors and white and black let us create any color in the rainbow. There's also a color mixing guide with a color wheel inside your packet if you need some help figuring out how to mix specific colors. All right, let's get mixing. Okay, so while you're mixing, you just want to make sure that you're stirring it up completely and use 1 stirrer stick per color. So now that this stick has stirred this color, we're going to make sure it stays in this container. Also, the paint that you're mixing right now is just an acrylic based paint. So it is a plastic based paint. It does not wash off of clothes very well. If you get to it right away and scrub it with some water, it should be pretty good. But Otherwise, you want to make sure that you keep it off of your clothes and off of your face and your eyes and your mouth, obviously, and just do your best to keep it inside the cup. If you mix your colors and you decide that they're not exactly the shade that you want them to be, feel free to add a little more as you go along. If that increases your paint level to a little bit above where our line marker is, that's okay. These are just ish measurements, and we're just getting some good guesses. All right, so when all 4 colors are mixed, the next step is to add our flow to the mix. Now, flow is just a liquid acrylic additive that makes our paint runny and smooth. It also keeps our colors from all mixing together to make a really gross brown or like a natural color. So what we're going to do is add enough flow to bring our level to this next line. Again, if you have to add a little bit more, that's okay, but it should be about a 50-50 ratio, so about half and half. So you're just going to open your bottle, squeeze some right on top until it's right about that level. Another ish measurement here with our flow. And then once you get it added to all 4 cups, we're going to stir each cup together with the flow. It might look like it lightens your color a slight bit, but really once it dries, it's not going to change our colors too much. So hopefully you're liking the outcome of your color mixes and what it looks like. Also seeing this mixed together looks really cool. So stir every cup up. Mix it all together in each cup separately for now, and then we're going to talk about how to put it all together. Okay, so now each color is mixed, each color has flow added to it, and we are ready to layer our colors in our big pouring cup. So this is our large plastic pouring cup, and what we're going to do is take each color and we're going to pour a layer of that color into our larger cup. So what size layer you want is up to you. Maybe you want a lot of one color and a little of another color, but in all honesty, in my experience, the layering technique doesn't alter the outcome of our pour that much. So however you want to layer it is totally up to you. I personally like to do lots of little layers, so I'm going to take my first color and add a little bit of that. Kind of let it drip off. This might be a good time to mention too that if you had some newspaper down on your table or some napkins, that's probably not a bad idea. Although it wipes off of furniture when it's still wet. As I'm pouring this, you can kind of see the consistency and the density of each paint is a little bit different. And we're just going to keep layering it in our cup until we've used all of our paint and it's all out of our little cups and into our big cup. I'm going to use my stirrer stick to scrape out the last little bit of my paint out of my paper cups and get it into my large pouring cup. It's important to note though, you do not want to stir the paint that's inside our large pouring cup. This we want to leave in these beautiful little layers, and we don't want to stir this up. So stir these as much as you want. Don't stir the large pouring cup. All right, so now it's time for the fun part. It's all fun. This is the exciting part. So what we're going to do, we've got our paint cup, our large pouring cup. All of our layers are inside of here, all put together. I've got my canvas inside my drip pan, and I have my little red cups that are propping up my canvas. So this is all set up and ready to go. We are ready to pour our paint on our canvas. Now, there are a lot of different pouring techniques and a lot of different ways to do this, but the way that we're going to talk about today is called a dirty pour, and it's called that because every paint color is mixed in this one cup, making it dirty, but I also think this is one of the most exciting and fun ways to pour paint, so that's what we're doing today. So what we're going to do is take our canvas and we're going to place our canvas on top of our cups, just like this. We want to make sure that we've got our cups firmly against our canvases, and then on 3, we're going to keep these two connected. We don't want them to come apart, and we're going to flip the cup and canvas over so that the cup is on top of the canvas while these stay together. So, ready? Maybe this is a good job for a grown-up. Maybe it's a good job for teamwork. Whatever you want to do. We're going to flip it on 3. 1, 2, 3, flip. You can see all the colors are starting to travel down my cup, and it's all starting to move around. And what we're going to do is just leave it set in our pan for just a minute, and we're going to let gravity do its work. So right now, all of our different colors and all of our different densities are all traveling throughout this cup, and they're all moving and figuring out what's going where. But the great thing is that because we added our flow, they're not mixing together and they're going to stay separate. So we can give this as long as you want. You could let it sit here for a minute, 3 minutes, or if you're really impatient like me, we're going to take it off. So this is super fun and exciting, but on 3 I'm going to lift my cup and then I'm going to let it all drip off. Ready? 1, 2, 3. And all of the paint is starting to travel. Oh, it's so pretty. It's almost galactic. Looks a bit like a galaxy. And maybe you're finding the same thing with yours, depending on what colors you mixed. I tried to put in a burgundy, a navy, a teal, and a light blue, just thinking that those might mix together nicely. And you'll notice that I'm leaving my cup above my canvas. All these little drip drops leave lots of fun little pops of color and dots. And so I'm letting it drip onto my canvas. And we're just going to kind of let gravity do what it does best and start to pull the paint to the edges of the canvas. So really slowly, you're going to see bubbles starting to pop inside the paint. You're going to see the paint traveling toward the edges of the canvas. And you can kind of watch. We're literally watching paint dry, but in one of the most exciting ways. You can watch the paint move and travel and explore as it goes across your canvas. And I'm kind of enjoying controlling where these strips are going on my paint. This is a really pretty color combination. Hopefully you are really impressed and surprised by your colors too. Okay. If you check out the inside of the cup, it's also super pretty. All right, so now we're going to lift and tilt our canvases to help gravity move our paint a little bit faster. So you don't have to go really fast and you don't have to make it a really steep angle, but you do want to help push things along just a little bit. And once it's about to the edge, we're going to pull it the opposite direction and help it move the other way. Even still, you can see the colors moving and bubbles popping, which is super fun. Once it's almost to that corner, we're going to shift it the opposite direction again and help it travel all over our canvas. You're going to start to see colors spreading and stretching and pulling. It's almost like a mudslide of paint. And we're going to bring it back to the opposite corner. Now this is the part where you really want to make sure that it's staying over your canvas because it's going to start to drip off of the edges, which is okay. We just want it to make sure that it's dripping into our drip pan here. So it may be a good idea to reposition it back over the red cups that we have supporting our canvas. Or bring it back the opposite direction and start moving it in a new way. I need to get to this corner. if you're feeling like it's moving really slowly, sometimes I like to take excess paint and just kind of get the canvas a little bit wet so it's almost got something to grab onto. Especially in those corners where it's tough to reach all the way. Okay, so we're a little messy, but I love the way this turned out. I think it's super beautiful. I love the way the colors are mixing and popping. And even as we sit here, we're going to notice that some more colors start to pop through and more little specks of paint start to burst and reveal the color that was underneath. So feel free to just watch this transform and change as it dries. It's going to stay pretty consistent, but it might look a little different when it's totally said and done. So you're going to want to let this sit for about 24 to 48 hours. And once it's finished, you are ready to hang it or display it however you want, and then enjoy it for a really long time. So I hope you all had a really great time doing this with us, and I hope this brings a little bit of our studio into your house. Thanks so much for joining us, and have a great day.